Greetings, fellow detectives. Wizard Kitten here, bringing you Nancy Drew commentary, clues, and cookies. Today we are starting our walkthrough for the 16th mystery in the Nancy Drew series, The White Wolf of Icicle Creek. Now this is exciting because this means with this walkthrough I'm officially halfway through the series with making walkthrough videos, so if you haven't checked out any of my previous walkthroughs, please feel free to do so. They are on my channel. But let's get started with our walkthrough for this particular game. So, we are at Nancy's desk right here. We have our usual cookies here, the Mayan statue from Secret of the Scarlet Hand, the carousel horse from the Haunted Carousel, and the whale statue from Danger on Deception Island. As usual, it's always fun to click the lamp as many times as you possibly can. I don't know why, it just is. We have Nancy's scrapbook here where you can look back at all of her past cases that she has done so far. Here's the one that we just finished, Creature of Kapu Cave. And let's take a look at our case file for our current mystery. Current assignment. Head to the Icicle Creek Lodge, a small guest lodge deep in the Canadian Rockies of Alberta, Canada, and try to figure out why so many accidents have been happening there. The woman who runs the lodge, Chantal Mowick, called me out of the blue, saying that Bet and Ed Raleigh from Shadow Ranch had recommended me. Well, there's a cookie right there from the 10th mystery in the Nancy Drew series. Hello. She sounded so desperate that I couldn't refuse. She said she was on her way to Edmonton to meet with her lawyers, so her handyman, Ollie Randall, will pick me up at the airport. She told me it's been really cold and snowy there and that I should pack accordingly. And then she said something about a wolf. The connection was getting really bad and I could barely hear her, but I'm pretty sure she used the word prowling, or was it howling, along with dangerous and be careful. Accidents are one thing, but wild animals? I hope I know what I'm getting into. Yeah, Nancy hasn't really had a lot of opportunity to deal with wild animals yet. It's kind of the biggest opportunity for that. So let's get started. We'll get our plane ticket here. We are going to play on Senior Detective because we are experienced detectives. This is an international mystery.
When Chantal told me you were just a young thing, well, I thought she was pulling my leg. But you're not much older than my little girl, Freddie.
Well, if one of the people at the lodge is to blame for all those accidents, Chantal thinks somebody like me has a better chance of figuring out who it is than somebody more, you know, hard-nosed.
Chantal has a bad habit of making up her mind without thinking things clear through. No need for you to tell her I said that, of course.
Is she still in Edmonton?
Afraid so. Insurance company's giving her and her lawyers a real hard time. Left running the lodge up to me. Which is why I'm not real crazy about the idea of having somebody new underfoot, especially if something else happens.
I won't be underfoot, Mr. Randall, and I may be young, but I'm no novice when it comes to solving mysteries.
We're here, so you'll get to prove yourself soon enough.
Ooh.
You hear that? Well, now, what was that?
Oh dear.
Was anyone in the bunkhouse when it exploded?
No, ma'am. Everyone here at the lodge is accounted for.
Oh, that's where Elsa and Becky had been living. Guess it was a good thing they quit after all. Elsa was my maid and Becky was my cook. Does the sheriff have any idea why the bunkhouse exploded?
He said he'd know more after the lab was done running tests on the debris he'd collected. He did say the blast was pretty powerful.
One of his deputies found the knob to the back door clear out on the highway.
Oh, that does it. Nancy, you have to find out who or what is behind these incidents, and you have to do it fast.
You sure you don't want to give your daddy a call?
My dad runs a whole chain of resorts, Ollie. If you think I'm going to admit to him that I can't handle running just one, guess again. Besides, Nancy comes highly recommended, and I'm sure she's got a foolproof plan for getting to the bottom of this. Don't you, Nancy?
Well, I was thinking that maybe I'd just be your new maid.
You want to be my maid?
That would give me access to everyone's room, and I could question people without making them overly suspicious.
Oh, yeah, that's an excellent idea. All right, you're my new maid. In fact, you're my new cook, too.
Your cook?
Well, that way, Ollie can stop pretending he can even read a recipe, let alone follow one. You'll have even more excuses to talk to the guests, and I won't have to pay anyone.
Why, I think that's a fine idea, ma'am.
Now, we're not taking any more guests until this accident thing is cleared up. So I want both of you to make sure that the 4 guests we have are well taken care of. Especially that Olympic-caliber cross-country skier from Fredonia, Yanni Volstaya. The flair he brings to the lodge is just what I need to attract the European jet-setting crowd.
I'm gonna be pretty busy trying to get rid of that wolf, Chantal.
We heard it howl last night, just before the bunkhouse blew up.
Well, do whatever you have to, Ollie. Oh, and Nancy, I want you to call this police detective I've hired as a consultant. I put his number on the phone there at the lodge. In fact, I think you know him. Tino Balducci?
What?
I gotta go. My lawyer's here. Good luck, you guys, and keep me posted. Coming!
Tino Balducci.
I'll get you a master key and leave it in your room. If you need anything else, I'll be in the basement.
Tino Balducci, indeed. Tino Balducci is a, air quotes, detective from Last Train to Blue Moon Canyon, who is definitely not worthy of the title of detective. So the fact that we have to work with him is going to be very frustrating. All right, it is 9:14 a.m., so it's bright and early. So let's see, we have our master key.
This must be the key Ollie said he'd leave for me. And this must be a list of which guest is in what room. That'll come in handy.
So we have Bill Kessler, Lou Talbot, Guadalupe Comillo, Yanni Volkstaya, and then myself, and then the Chinook room is vacant. So those are the guests that we have. Okay, here's, Mr. Wiggle Woggle, I think is his name. Anyway. Employee instructions: maid duties, daily cleaning, pick up laundry bag at the front desk, enter and clean only those rooms displaying the housekeeping sign, make the bed, remove used towels and washcloths. All rooms displaying the housekeeping sign must be cleaned no later than noon. When finished, drop the laundry bag down the chute at the top of the stairs by the restroom.
Skating pond maintenance. Oh, looks like I'm going to be doing a little bit of everything while I'm here.
You sound very happy about that, Nancy. I love your positive work attitude. Pond must be shoveled after every snowfall. Why does the pond need to be shoveled? I guess for the people going ice fishing. So we have to do that. This tells us how to do the shoveling.
Report all avalanches to the avalanche patrol.
At this number. So if we ever hear about an avalanche or see an avalanche, we need to report it. Criminal activity should be reported to Sheriff Mohican. Sauna. Employees should remember that heat and moisture sometimes cause the door to the sauna to stick and should periodically check to make sure that no guests are stuck inside. Geez, you might want to get a better door. Cooking. Breakfast is served from 7 a.m. to 8:15 a.m. Lunch is served from noon to 1. Dinner is served from 6 to 7. For food preparation, please consult manual in the kitchen. So we need to make sure that we're serving lunch and dinner and just all the meals at the correct times. It's past breakfast time now, so the first meal we'll have to do is at noon. All right, lots of responsibilities for Nancy. Okay, let's do a little bit of exploring. I'm guessing this is our key. And this is a bit of a new interface that we got going here. So that's Nancy's suitcase, which we can't look in right now. Let's go out in the hall here. That's the Chinook room. That's vacant. And it looks like everybody has housekeeping signs up. So we'll have to go into everybody's room. That is a very gross head of a boar of some sort. Cold warning. Temperatures can be extreme and dangerous. Check the lobby for cold weather warnings and remember to bundle up. Emergency exit only.
I'm only supposed to use this door if it's an emergency.
Yeah, because if you go down there otherwise, you're going to wipe out on the ice-covered stairs. Okay, so first we need to go get the laundry bag. This is the bathroom. Nancy does sing some interesting things in there sometimes. Is this the first mystery where we have a bathroom? I think it is. That we actually use. I mean, there's a bathroom that we see in Danger by Design. I'm just thinking back. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the only time that there's a bathroom that we actually use. So this is a first for the series. Okay, let's go down the stairs here. Some very nice artwork. A map of the surrounding area. Very nice. Some nice posters. What's in here? Ooh, a bunch of... Well, here's our laundry bag. We need that. What are these? My darling Elsa, remember how I told you that I love you more than anything? Well, that was true, but what's even truer is that I'm going to love you forever. Sometimes thinking about forever makes me dizzy, like when I start thinking about the sky and how it doesn't stop at the moon or the sun or even the Milky Way, but just keeps going and going and going. But when I think about you, forever seems totally cool, because it's one thing to just keep going and going and going by yourself, but to keep going and going and going with somebody, that's awesome. Smiley face! Write me back as soon as you get this. I can't wait to see you next week. Love forever, L. It's quite the love letter. Okay, what about this one?
Looks like Elsa was having major boyfriend problems.
Dearest Elsa, you said in your letter that you love me forever back, but if that's true, why'd you put off coming here to see me? When I read you weren't coming, I stopped and looked around because it felt just like somebody had walked up and stabbed me through the heart. I'm starting to get real jealous of that lodge you work at. You spend way, way, way more time there than you do with me, and I don't like it one bit. I can't help myself. I'm so in love with you it's getting hard to see straight, and that's the truest thing I've ever told you. Come see me next week. Totally and completely yours, L. Yeah, I'll say boyfriend problems. He sounds super jealous and controlling. Not a good mix. Dear Elsa, this time when I read in your letter saying that you weren't coming, I didn't get sad, I got mad. I can't believe you think working as a stupid maid at some stupid lodge for some stupid lady whose name I can't even pronounce is more important than spending time with me. If I didn't love you so much, I'd tell you to go take a flying leap, but since I love you more than anything, I'll just have to do something else. Like maybe take your precious collection of troll dolls out of the box you stored in my garbage and dump them down the disposal. Or maybe I'll sell them on eBay for a nickel apiece. I don't know how else to make you understand that I love you with all my heart and I always will. L. Yikes, now he's getting manipulative. Geesh, Elsa, I hope you get rid of this guy. He sounds awful. What a toxic relationship. Now what's this one? Is it another love letter? Chantal, this is my formal notice of resignation. While I have enjoyed being in service with you and the staff of Icicle Creek Lodge, I no longer feel safe with all of these accidents going on. I've put a claim to your insurance company for the damage I sustained to my tires by the wolf. Please call me if you expect any delay with the check. Weird. The wolf attacked her tires? That seems strange. Okay, we've got a computer here. Maid duties. Okay, so this is in the packet that we already read. It's employee instructions. Guest book. So we have information about all of our guests here. Faringdale. Derek Southwaite. So these must have been guests that just left. Oh, and it's right away in January.
Contents deleted. Wonder why.
Contents from the previous year were deleted, so we only have the people from January. Interesting. Okay. The cold hypothermia risks. Green is safe, yellow indicates caution, orange danger, high risk for hypothermia, red very high risk for hypothermia within seconds. So we need to be careful when we go outside. We need to keep an eye on the temperature. A birding information tells you when you can see certain kinds of birds in the area. Like game birds can be seen all year round. Hummingbirds are only here in the summer. Interesting. And then a fish list tells you about the fish. Most fishermen try to avoid hooking the lake sturgeon, a behemoth which is infamous for chewing right through fishing lines. Yeah, sturgeon are huge. I've seen people actually catch sturgeon. Well, I haven't watched them catch it, but I've seen it as it was mounted after they caught it, and yeah, they're big. Perch, very familiar with. Pike, very familiar with. Burbot and whitefish are, I think, more northern varieties. Very interesting. Okay. Phone. I'm gonna avoid calling Tino Balducci for the time being, because he's a pain. Let's go do our laundry duties before we run out of time. It needs to be done before noon every day, otherwise Chantal gets mad at us. Okay, pish pish. I'm assuming that's how you say it, but this is Bill Kessler's room. Can we snoop through his stuff? No? What's he got here? Large machinery safety protocols. Rudimentary geology. Structural engineering, a textbook. Why does he have so many random textbooks? This one reminds me of Last Train to Blue Moon Canyon because we had to collect gemstones. Weird. Okay. His bed's already made, so we don't have to do that. And here are his towels, so I'll grab those. Okay. Ollie. I think this is Guadalupe Comillo's room. Biathlon Biennial. The fact that Yanni Volkstaya has won 5 of the last 7 cross-country skiing events he has entered may be an enviable accomplishment, but it is hardly a surprising one. This is because, above all else, Volkstaya hates to lose, and for him losing means finishing anything other than first. If you don't come in first, what's the point? When Volkstaya says this, he seems genuinely puzzled. A citizen of Fredonia, he has been skiing competitively and winning for as long as he can remember. As a child, I expected to win, and I always did. I was very stubborn. When I was older, I had better competition, and it became more and more difficult to win because of stubbornness alone. And so I began to accept advice and to watch others and to work on my technique. In that way, I was able to keep winning. That is actually how he talks, which is why I'm doing that voice. A mandatory 2-year stint in the Fredonian Mountain Brigade not only sharpened Volkstaya's skiing skills, but carrying a rifle and shooting at targets while on patrol opened up what for him was a brand new sport, the biathlon. 3 weeks after leaving the army, he entered the Eastern European Biathlon Championship and won. Knowing the enemy is the surest way to defeat him. I know some of my competitors better than I know myself, he declares. It makes them seem smaller to me, predictable, beatable. Weird. Some believe he studies his competitors so he can eliminate them. Interesting. Okay, so Volkstaya is super competitive. When confronted with these accusations, Volkstaya just shakes his head. Pah, I do nothing wrong. They are angry because I always win and they always lose. They are green with jealousy and sour apples. Probably not what he meant, but anyway. Environmental champion. Biathlon Bob's tip of the month. Ever find yourself on a training run out in the back cabin? Country, miles from car or cabin, consistently missing your target despite your best efforts? Let's see. To raise or lower the sight post, you need to depress the small locking pin and move the circular plate. While the tip of a ballpoint pen can be used, the tip of a bullet works just as well. Okay, so to fix your sight, you can use a bullet. Interesting. I wonder why Guadalupe has a magazine with Yanni on it. Okay, we'll make her bed. Those quilts look so cozy. Oh, and I love that wreath. Grab her blankets. Oops. Can we snoop through anything else? No? Okay. Let's go down here. Ina, which I think is Lou's room. Lou Talbot. His closet is locked too. Let's grab his towels. And over here, he has some books as well. Oh, he has snowshoes. The Call of the Wild by Jack London. That is a really good book. UC Bria. So he must be a college student. Easy Colors oil paints. And a art set. Studying art, perhaps. Let's make his bed. Okay, and Kala Kala. This is Yanni's room. Can't open his cabinet either. Let's see. His bed is already made. Ooh, what's this? Winter Sports Monthly. Looking ahead to Alberta. World Championship venue remains a mystery. While it is common knowledge that the World Championship cross-country skiing competition will take place in Alberta, Canada, the winter after next, exactly where in Alberta is currently the sport's best-kept secret. It is widely rumored that behind-the-scenes bidding by hotel and restaurant chains has held up the final decision, leading to criticism that the event has become more about commerce than competition. But Dorfman refused to comment on either charge. So they're trying to figure out where to hold the next World Championship cross-country skiing competition. Okay. Interesting. I mean, that sounds like something he would want to read about. Oh, almost forgot his towels. Okay, let's bring those down to the chute here.
This must be where I drop the laundry bag after I'm done cleaning all the rooms.
Exactly, Nancy. So we'll put our laundry bag in, and we've done our first chore of the day. Okay, and so now at noon, we need to keep an eye out for our next one to do lunch. But let's see. I think I'm going to leave this part right here, fellow detectives. In our next part, we'll continue exploring the lodge. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon.